Hi all, welcome to the first video on a series I'm going to be doing on the UK Masters. In this one I'm talking with Dan and we're going to run over his herd list that he's bringing along.
Yeah, heard.
So you've kept this pretty similar to what you had at Clash of Kings.
Yeah. Um, I did consider bringing something else to the tournament. I looked at undead, even night stalkers and things. So I've got a lot of armies. But in the end, I chatted with a few people, and they were all like, you should bring the army that got you there. And it was like, oh, fair enough.
Like,
So yeah, I'm going to give them a final run out.
yeah, you have been championing the herd all year, so it would seem a bit of a cop out to drop them at the last possible minute at the biggest one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been using them a lot now, but I'm happy to bring them along. That's fine. They've done great at every event. To be honest, yeah. So
So just to quickly run through the list, you've got the Spirit Walkers, the two Lycan Hordes with one with the British Strength, one with the British Sharpness, your two Beast Packs for Chaff, you've gone Double Stampede, one Chant of Hate, one Blessing of the Gods again, and you've got a Chimera, a Centaur Chief, and two Shamans. I think one of the Shamans, I think the one at the bottom, you can't see it there on the screen, but it's got the Fireheart Amulet. So I'd say the big difference here is you've not got the Avatar of the Father.
yeah. So after the Clash of Kings, I found Miami did very well. I won all but one game. Um, I, I found that it would be nice to have slightly more against the shooting armies. Don't get me wrong, it works very well against those armies, but I found myself really missing just a little individual or something. And I looked at the Avatar, and the Avatar's a great piece. It's a great piece to have on the board. But a Centaur, sorry, a Chimera with wings performs pretty much the same role for considerably less.
Mm-hmm.
And as luck would have it, the exact points also allowed me to take a Centaur Chief. Um, so basically, I've got one extra piece on the board, always useful. One more thing that you can sacrifice when needed, and they can both pick on, well, whatever they want, really. The
Mm-hmm.
Centaur Chief is Crushing Strength 2, Thunderous Charge 1. So against Defense 6, okay, he's only got 4 attacks, but he's probably going to do a damage or two. Blade of Slashing as well, just to maximise. Against a War Engine, 12 attacks, you're probably going to take it out, even if it's a Defense 5 Dwarf one. Perfect. Against something like a Mind Screech or something, Night Stalkers, well, you're not going to kill it anytime soon, but you're certainly going to stop it shooting. Perfect. It's also obviously be an individual, so it's that hard to kill, and it's still inspiring. I love Centaur Chiefs, wonderful. And as I say, the Chimera, it's just a little bit more sacrificial, um, but still pretty damn good. So yeah, just a bit of diversification. What do you think of the change of these two as opposed to the Avatar?
I think it's better. I think it's better. Yeah, it gives you that little bit extra. And yeah, no, I preferred it. I think just there's not a lot in it. I think the Avatar is, like you say, a really nice piece from playing against you. I know what
Yeah,
damage he can
solid.
do, but I think you're right. I think it is, and I think against the Night Stalkers, etc., or any of the kind of shooting lists, having that Centaur Chief will probably be a godsend. If nothing else, it's something
Yeah,
else they have to shoot off.
exactly. And of course, being individual, it's not exactly easy to shoot off unless you put a lot into it.
Yeah, he's
It's
only
also
defense
11
four.
13, but it's 11-13 and inspiring. And if you actually look at it, that actually takes quite a bit to punch off. I mean, let's take Ogre Shooters with +1 to hit. You're only hitting 9 times. No, in fact, you're -1 to hit. So you suddenly bump that down to 6 hits. That's not going to rout him. Okay,
Yeah,
you're damaging on twos. You're taking 5 damage, so you actually need an 8 to pop him. Well, 6 to wait. You might waver him, maybe.
yeah, and for 110 points, he's with the blade of slash.
Yeah,
He's pretty much he's throwaway as hell. So yeah, no, he's
exactly. So yeah, if they're shooting my chaff centaur, which effectively is at 110, then great. That's something else like my lichens that are going to go in and slaughter on next turn.
mhm.
So perfect. Yeah.
Didn't you have
It,
the brew of sharpness in one of the stampedes at Clash of Kings?
no, it was always elite and vicious.
Yeah,
Always elite and vicious. I have that on the lichens. I quite like it on there.
I thought it was better on there. Yeah, I think because the stampede against most things, brew of sharpness is a bit of overkill. They
It
just need the
is.
elite to kind of get them over the line, really.
What I find with these 4 units is because of, the lichens are amazing, fast, nimble, all that but they don't hit that hard unless you get the flank. The Brewer's Strength Sharpness just ensures that they're going to pulverise whatever they hit, pretty much, even if they hit in the front, especially if there's two of them.
Yeah, it's the same as the werewolves, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas the Stampedes, they're already pretty damn hitty. Adding Elite or Vicious, that just takes some of the randomisation away. And with 30 attacks, what I find without any artifact at all, that you're going to have turns where you're going to roll poorly, and that just sort of brings the averages back up to a point where you're probably going to rout a regiment in one go, which is a nice sort of level to be at. So I find it sufficient. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brew Sharpness would be lovely on the Stampede, but it's also very nice on the Lycans, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
So, who do you fancy to win?
Well, I mean,
I know you've not seen the armies yet, but just based on the players and the performance for the year.
Oh, I've got a fancy myself. I'm still the number one UK player.
So who's
like being modest?
So who's your biggest threat then? Who do you think's the one that's most likely to challenge you?
Alan Thompson is still number 2. There's no doubt he's very, very good. He was the best player I played at the Clash of Kings. You were probably the second best, I'd say, but you're not going to be there. So note you're now 11th in the rankings. You'll be top 3 or top 5 by the end of this year for definite.
I'll see.
Paul Fox, of course, very good. Josh, Tom. Tom won the Clash of Kings. I'll be interested to see how well he does. Darren's going to be there.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock. The People's Champion makes it through.
Yeah, he only just made it. In fact, I think he's is he still in? No, he's at 14 now, so he is just about in there. So yeah, there's some good players, you know. Yeah.
Who would you bet money on if it wasn't yourself? Then who'd you, if you had 30 quid, who would you bet on?
I'd probably go for Alan Thompson. He is very, very good. I don't know what he's taking, but presumably it's going to be Undead, maybe Night Stalkers, and he's very, very good, especially with his Undead. If he's got those, then he's got a great chance of winning. So yeah.
And who's your outside bet? Who's your dark horse? The one you think might actually surprise everyone in the day?
Ed Herzig.
Is Ed in the Masters?
Ed's in the Masters.
Ed's in the Masters, fantastic. I never realised.
Ed Herzig's there. He might be taking his Trident Realms. I think he was considering it. He's looking at maybe taking a new list from what he was saying. I was chatting with him. I think he's been playing well enough and long enough now that he might just surprise everyone. Because people aren't used to playing Trident Realms. He came 15th at the Clash of Kings with him.
Yeah, so if he comes into form in the day, that could catch a lot of folk off guard.
If he brings an even better list, and don't forget he may even have allies in there, and that shores up some of the weaknesses of the list. And there are some weaknesses. So yeah, Ed.
There you go. You heard it first. There's your outside betting tip, folks. Money's on Ed. Yeah, well, we'll have we'll probably catch up once all the lists are out and just get your thoughts on what everyone's actually brought as opposed to what they have in your head currently.
Yeah, I suspect, guessing, people love shooting. It doesn't require much effort, and you can win with it. I suspect shooting heavy lists will be popular. I know Darren in the past has loved his shooty elves and so. I suspect there's going to be some heavy shooting armies, but I want there to be heavy shooting armies. My army's designed to beat them, and they still keep bringing them. Fine, I don't mind.
Just to point out to folks out there, we're actually recording this. It's currently like the 5th of January, so we're recording this before Dan's had a chance to see any of the other lists. I, on the other hand, am the one who's collecting all the lists, so I've seen some of the lists already that Dan's facing.
There will be some heavy, powerful ones, of course there will. I'm sure Josh or someone will have Undead or something powerful. Of course there's going to be a nice mixture, but there's going to be some heavy shooting lists. Someone will have Ratkin and Elves and things, and I'm all up for it. Bring them along. I'll charge straight in and blow them all up. Yay!
Well, there you heard it here first. Dan reckons he's the man who's going to win it. So you heard it. He's got everything to lose at this point. Have you lost a Masters yet?
There hasn't been a Masters.
Oh, there hasn't been a Masters. I was confusing it with the Clash of Kings. Yeah, well, you didn't win the Clash of Kings this year.
Well, no, I didn't.
Last year that was now.
There was a little bit of bad luck involved.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's okay. Is this the fall of the king at last? Are we going to
And
see a new master taking your
and
place?
besides, in a way, I did win at Clash of Kings. I won at drinking mead. You can't deny that.
No, you're right. We cannot deny that. Well, I don't know if that's what a winner looks like by the end of a night, to be honest, Dan, given how you looked, but it was a good shot.
But I was still playing the next morning. Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Oh, you have to. Right. Well, thanks very much for that, Dan, and we'll catch up with you later.